What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's AtrioxReacts. I'm back with another reaction. I'm sorry I haven't been able to post these last 2 weeks just because like my job's been putting me back on 6 days again for some reason. I don't know, and I haven't had the time and energy to do it. So that's kind of like why I haven't been posting. Like I didn't really post that much last week, and then this week I'm working 6 days. So I'm trying to find time to put in some some reactions. So today, anyways, we're gonna be doing NF's Fear song. I haven't reacted to NF on the channel just because like I've been a huge fan of NF in the past, and like I've listened to a lot of his music, so like obviously it wouldn't be authentic. But since he dropped new music, that's different. We're gonna check him out we'll check him out one at a time. So this first one is Fear. Now I'm super excited because NF is definitely one of my favorite artists, especially rappers. So let's jump into this and see, what he got cooking for us. I'm sure this is gonna be a good song. I'm not even worried about that because he's such a dope artist. But anyways, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and let's check it out.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hello. Knocking at my door again, begging me to come outside, let you back into my life. Now, usually I'd be strong enough to lock the doors and keep them shut, but not today. I'm desperate. So go ahead and come on in. So go ahead and come on in. So go ahead and come on in. OCD is worse than ever, hands are bleeding. Maybe I should take the pills down. Know what's going on with me. Some days I actually think I might be schizo. Frantic, probably not, but even writing this is making me begin to spiral. Oh God. Made a promise to myself I wouldn't let the fear back in, but then I did though. Told the world that I was sick of running, then went back to running. What a joke. Disappointed, yeah, me too. I thought I finally made a breakthrough. Guess not. It's the same song and dance, you've all seen it before. Darkness holds out its hand, then we walk to the floor. Every decision made isn't mine anymore. Like a puppet with strings, I just don't have a choice. What's the truth, what's a lie? Help me God, help me Lord. Face your fears, dry your eyes. Grandma died, what's the point? Lost the keys, lost my hope.
Dang, dude, it sounds like he's having a really tough time, bro. Honestly, like I feel like a lot of artists have this this point where they're trying to figure out like where they want to go with their music and kind of like figure out, what they're kind of going through. I feel a lot of artists done that. Like I think Hobson's doing that right now. He hasn't dropped any songs in a while. Eminem's done that in his past. Like he had that big gap from 2006 to whenever that recovery project dropped. Like artists do this all the time where they kind of like go through like a spot where they don't know where they want to go, and they kind of get stuck in their own way. And I think that's kind of like what happened with NF, because NF didn't drop no music for a minute, from what I remember. I think the last new song I heard was That's a Joke, I think. But yeah, like I feel like a lot of artists deal with this kind of thing. It's a normal thing.
I just don't have a choice. What's the truth, what's a lie? Help me God, help me Lord. Face your fears, dry your eyes. Grandma died, what's the point? Lost the keys, lost my hope, lost my will, lost my joy, lost a friend, lost my hope, lost my faith, lost my voice.
Damn, that's a lot of things. Let me hear that part one more time.
Face your fears, dry your eyes. Grandma died, what's the point? Lost the keys, lost my hope, lost my will, lost my joy, lost a friend, lost my hope, lost my faith, lost my voice.
Especially, that's like another thing too. Like when you deal with like a lot of losses, like friends, family, loved ones, it doesn't even really matter what it is. Even puppies, like dogs, like. I think the last thing I lost with my dog was like a year and a half ago, and I had that dog since I was like 20. I'm like 35 now. So like, that, like, it's hard. Sometimes people struggle with death. Some people maybe move on past it if you just dealt with it a lot more than other people. But like, you know, losing people that you care about and love, like that leaves like a different type of hole inside you. So like, I feel like a lot of people sometimes don't know how to deal with it. So it takes them a lot longer to get out of that kind of hole. And I think that was enough losing his grandmother, his friend, and like a bunch of other different things. Like it's just trying to figure out how to move on normally again after losing something you've always kind of had. Like, I think that, you know, this is a difficult thing for certain people. And I think that's like kind of what NF is going through right now, is where he's trying to figure out, like, you know, how to move on and continue living. You know what I mean? So that's like why he probably hasn't dropped any new music. And even that part right there was like he's washing his hands, definitely seems like a symbolic to kind of washing like the dark stuff off of him, like those dark thoughts. Like I feel like what it is, because like I always feel like he has like a bunch of like you know, meanings of different things that he's doing throughout the videos. Even when he was getting yoked up with the ropes, like it's just showing how each different thing he's going through is kind of like taking, you know, like a test for him. You know what I mean?
Back watching my mansion burn to ash while I
now he's in the church.
hold the gas can.
Obviously, I feel like I shouldn't say this, but you know, obviously when people go through a lot of like stuff, if you're a religious type person, if you believe in God or whatever you believe in, you go to some kind of like religious place, whether it's a church. If you believe in God, you go there trying like looking for something to kind of help you. And like some people, when they're going through a lot of stuff, they go back to their faith, because they feel like their faith is going to help them get through that thing. So that's another symbolic thing. I love NF videos because he's so dope with this kind of things.
The gas can asking God if he started this fire. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Make all my hopes and my dreams come to life just to lay them to rest. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Give me a false sense of peace just to show me what peace really is. Is this what you wanted? On the verge, on the edge. Is this what you wanted? Petrified, scared to death. Is this what you wanted? Praying to God, desperate. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Hanging on by a thread. Is this what you wanted? Empty heart, nothing left. Is this what you wanted? Breaking down, spiraling. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? My bed is this what you wanted? To ash. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? The gas. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Started. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted?
I'm gonna be honest, like, dude, that part was fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I like what NF like really sings, and you know, that part to me just kind of represents like, okay, so some people, like, when they get to the point where they feel like, you know, they've made it, I guess you would say, like, they're at peace, they have money, they have everything they could want, and they're in a spot where they're not fighting for anything. Because I feel like, you know, especially this could be more related to artists too, like when they finally get to that point where they're on the mountain of where they want to be, musically, infamous and stuff like that. Sometimes the journey of getting there is what makes it kind of like the fun part. But then once you get there, it's just like you're on the top of anything, you have nothing to really strive for. They start I'm not saying this is what's happening with NF, but they start doing things that start derailing themselves, and creating problems for himself, would be gambling, doing stuff. You know, it could be multitudes of different things. And then like they start going through challenges and stuff like that. And then like, you know, they start, you know, spiraling, and then they start getting to these different dark spots. And then they start questioning, you know, what do I do? What do I do now that I've reached the mountaintop and I have nothing to strive for? Like I have nothing to go for. And so they get into a dark spot, and then like, you know, it could be where they start asking questions about God and like questioning their religion and stuff like that, because they feel like, you know, they got to a point where they're at the highest point, they're happy and they're satisfied, but then suddenly it gets taken away and they're like, oh, it's a thing, God's testing me. And honestly, that may not be the case. Like, cause like, if you're being honest, like, you know, it's free will. Like if you believe in the Bible and stuff like that, like, you know, I'm not super religious anymore, but obviously I went to church when I was a kid. So the Bible is basically saying that humans have their free will, and like you choose the mistakes and stuff that you do and you use. Don't blame that on God when choices that you've made have kind of like derailed you from the path that he would have set forth for you, if that's, I guess, that if you believe in God and stuff like that. So for me, like I really like the message he's setting in the song, and like the stuff that he's talking about in it. It's like, honestly, it's really interesting to me, because like, you know, there was a point where I was heavy when I was like really religious and I believed in God and everything like that, and like struggling with faith has always been something that's been a challenge for me myself. So like I definitely understand that part where he's just kind of talking about like, this is what you wanted, like, you know, you built me up just to break me down. Like I definitely understand that point of view, just from being like, you know, with those same type of feelings and emotions. Not exactly the same, obviously, if you ever reach the point where they've reached, but I get the sentiment that he's trying to put forth. This is actually a really good video. I like this video a lot. The black hoodie's back. It kind of reminds me of the hoodie. I think he wore a hoodie like that in the grinding video. Like that's like when I first heard of NF, like the grinding song a long time ago. But anyways, this song was good, bro. I'm happy he's making music again. I hope this project isn't a one-off, and like maybe it's just like something in the meantime until he makes his full album. Because I was looking on the YouTube channel, he posted like, what was it, a few songs? It was like 7 songs or something like that. What was it? Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 songs. So there's a few songs that I'm gonna eventually get to, but like I said, I like the song. I like the music video. I like the representation he has with certain parts of the video, like the washing of the hands of like trying to keep off those dark thoughts. Like that's pretty much like what's representing him getting pulled apart by different angles, like could be grandmother, the friend, the hope, his mind, like, you know, different things. I like the representation there. Also, like I love when he does the singing on top of like those really high points in the track, especially with the beat. Like that part was really fire and really dope to listen to. Yeah, I normally don't do like a whole lot of rap songs outside of like, you know, what's his name, Ren. I think Ren's like such a dope artist that's not just like, I don't consider him completely a rapper. I would say artist, because he does a lot of different types of music and stuff like that too. So like I really dig that. And NF is like one of those artists I love, and like I'm kind of happy that he put out new music so I can react to it, because I haven't had a chance to do that, because like I said, I listen to a lot of NF songs. I'm sure there are some I haven't heard before, but you know, I'm happy he's coming out with new music. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about the song. I've heard some reactors say that they're thinking he might retire. I don't think that's the case. I just think that he was going through a tough time, and he needed some time to deal with all of the stuff he was going through. And more than likely, this song Fear was probably in the beginning of that, and he just wanted to write that, because a lot of times when artists go through things, they kind of just write what they're going through at that point. I'm sure by this point, like, he's in a better spot than like where the song was probably you know, wrote and recorded and stuff like that. But you know, I don't think he's gonna retire. Personally, I would hope not. Like, I think he's still just tapping into the surface of what he could put out there, because NF is such a dope artist, and like the stuff that he could do is just been, I love his music, bro, because he has like such a unique perspective on like the kind of writing he does. So anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about the song, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.